There is a beauty here on a quiet summer morning far away from the sounds of the city. A peace in the animals and in this man for now, but not for long, because both have a job to do. And this is anything but quiet and peaceful.
This is basically all you need. Glove, vest, strap.
And a healthy dose of courage with a high tolerance for pain. Saddle up for this special American drive. We're going riding rodeo style to get to the heart of the story.
So Jimmy, when people ask you, what do you do for a living? What do you tell them?
I usually tell them that I ride bulls.
What's their reaction to that?
Either they think you're crazy or they kind of want to know a little bit more, like if you actually do that or like not really do that.
If you just kind of messing with them a little bit? Yeah. So what got you started?
When I was 9, my sister was dating this kid and his family was kind of into rodeo, and I'd always kind of wanted to be into rodeo. And we grew up around it a little bit, but not like big into it. And they entered me in the calf riding, and I broke my hand, and I've been in it ever since.
So breaking your hand was enough to get you excited about being part of this kind of lifestyle?
Well, I got second place, and I wanted to get first, so I had to try again, and then I just never stopped.
Talk to me about that competitive instinct. Where do you think you got that from?
I don't know. I've always been pretty competitive. My mom's father's pretty competitive.
That determination led him to find the closest competitions he could find to challenge himself. Still in high school in Iowa, he went north to Wisconsin about 8 years ago and just started winning.
I won the state championship up there, and then I got to go to the high school national finals twice. And then I made a short round in the high school national finals once, and I don't know, like the more I rodeoed and the better it went, the more I wanted to do it and the more I wanted to be better. And
do you remember the feeling that you had that first championship that you won? Yeah,
it's kind of crazy. The first like actual deal I won, it was just a little bull riding in Rock Island at the Rock Island County Fair. And I mean, I'd won some stuff up until then, but that's the first time they actually like give me a buckle and something cool, and I just thought I was on top of the world.
And now you're performing at some of the biggest venues. Tell us about that.
It's crazy. Like, been to Fort Worth and San Antonio and places like that, and just the mass amount of people, and it's loud. And like, I mean, you look out the back of the bucket chutes and all you see is people everywhere, and like they're there just to watch the competitors, and it's actually a pretty crazy feeling, and kind of makes you want to do even better because you don't want to fall off in front of that many people.
This is a serious sport. It takes a lot of training. I mean, it's similar to other sports if you think about it, right? How much dedication it takes.
Yeah, it involves a little more the mental capacity. There's a big mental side of rodeo. I mean, winning and losing and just dealing with it, but physical side too. And that's what, now it's getting more into, people are starting to look at rodeo cowboys as actual athletes compared to just cowboys, I guess. And there's a lot that goes into the athletic side of it, and training, keeping your body healthy, getting your body ready and preparing.
And no matter how good of shape you get yourself in, this is going to happen. A sport known for tough guys and gals, but sometimes tougher horses and bulls.
You ever had an injury or a real scare that made you say, man, maybe I should think twice about this career choice?
I mean, I've had a couple. I've been very fortunate with as long as I've done it and what's happened. I broke my collarbone out in Idaho in 2015, and honestly it didn't really hurt that bad because I shattered it and we went to the hospital and didn't think it was that bad, and it was kind of something I had to prove to myself after that, because I was out for like six months or maybe a little more. And I mean, yeah, there's times when you're like, maybe you could go do something else and not be so bad. But by the time I got all healed up and everything, it was just something I had to show myself I could do again. And then I came back and was lucky enough to do even better. And
You ever been tossed pretty good?
yeah, actually a couple years ago in Waterloo, I went to a bull riding up there and got thrown way in the air, and I got video of that.
Do you wonder, how am I going to come down? Can I land on my feet? Can I land it?
Man, I used to kind of be like a cat, but anymore, I think I'm getting a little slower in my age, and you just take it for what it is and try to make the best out of how it comes.
Brace yourself for the fall and hope the dirt's a little loose.
Mm-hmm.
But while he loves the adrenaline, the crowds, and the competition, there is a quiet side to this noisy sport. He travels the countryside, seeing this land in ways most never do.
What's been the best part of this for you so far?
Honestly, just being able to travel around and see everything. I mean, I don't think people realize, I didn't realize as much as I've learned, just the differences in the United States itself, like the difference in type of people and terrain and all the things that there are out there to see, and just get to meet new people and new faces. And sometimes I'll go by myself, but when you're really rodeoing, it's a lot nicer to be able to go with multiple people, or at least another guy. That's how I traveled last year. I traveled with Trevor Reist, and he went to the NFR last year, or 2 years ago, and he's in the top 15 this year.
Wow.
So I kind of went with somebody that really knew what they were doing and tried to learn from them.
And beyond the business on the Bronx, he's making a business on the side.
We have practice pins here, and we send some bulls to some amateur rodeos around here, just keep guys happy and getting on some fun bulls and being able to do better. But then we raise competition calves too.
What would be the thing, the crown jewel for you that said, yes, I got it?
I mean, it'd be awesome to make the NFR, but that'll depend on how hard I want to rodeo. But I think it'd be even cooler to raise a bull that goes to the NFR, to see him compete somewhere at that level and that magnitude.
And it would be a lot less painful for you to have the bull win instead of you.
Yeah, a lot less.
Pain or no pain, win or lose.
This is basically all I need. Glove, vest, chaps.
It's a life he could never have imagined for himself. And a life he wouldn't trade for anything else.
What else can you do that you get to go all kinds of places, meet all kinds of people, and just be around so much fun all the time?
In a sport, a way of life, experiences he could never get working in an office or some high-rise in a big city. This is home. Thanks to our sponsors. Check out the links to support them in our show notes. Watch and listen to our other inspiring racing stories, including Victory Lap, Teen Racer, and Driver Rescues Wife. Let us know what you think. Please subscribe. Follow us on Metivier Media Facebook page and our website. This is American Drive and the Heart of the Story with Gary Metivier podcast and YouTube.